Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is March 24, 2019, the home of the 2-minute price prediction, as well as giving you all the news according to the charts. We're going to talk about Aurora Cannabis today because we see in this article here on the left side of my screen that is trying to insinuate that it might be the best time to go ahead and sell your Aurora Cannabis stock. So when we see articles like this, we definitely need to see that sell momentum being reflected on the price chart. So we're going to talk about this article to see if we see some of these sell indications that they get in this article, if it's actually being seen on the price chart. We do thank you all for watching this video for today. We're here to give you our price prediction, price movement according to the price chart and not by what we read or hear concerning any of these financial instruments. Okay. So now, the last time we did our video for Aurora Cannabis, it was on March 12, 2019. Okay. And we told you all on that video that if we do not see Aurora Cannabis break above that $8 or that $8.20 price, that we will maintain consolidation and even move to the downside. Well, what would you know? The market the next trading day was able to break above that resistance area that we was talking about in that video, and it's been trading above that price since then. So now what we need to try to determine is, can Aurora Cannabis stay above that support line going forward? Okay, so if this is your first time come to our channel, make sure that you all continue to like, share, and subscribe, because we're the only organization giving you our price movement, price predictions the uncomplicated way, and just to show you all that it is very possible to maintain profitability and as well increase your profitability, because everyone else who researches Aurora Cannabis have already did their due diligence and they place their bets on the price chart. So if you can interpret it correctly, then you can profit handsomely just as they will. Okay, so now I'm not going to give you all everything that's written in this article because we don't focus on a lot of the intricacies that they try to point out. We just try to pinpoint some of the sell buy signals that they place on these articles to try to persuade us to act a certain way. And the first one was the title. Why you should sell Aurora Cannabis stock before it reaches new highs. So already you can tell that the gist of this article is trying to persuade one to sell their stock. It was written by Will Healy. He's an investor place contributor there at that particular organization, and I only highlighted a couple of things. I'm not going to really worry about a lot of the research that he has placed in this article. One of the things I definitely want to talk about is the current ACB stock price should cause concern. Now, they continue to talk about valuations and how it doesn't really factor into the price, or how it should factor into the price of any stock. Right here, valuation offers little help when evaluating ACB stock. ACB trades at more than 80 times sales, and full year profitability will not come until at least next year in 2020. However, that comes in lower than its largest peers, Canopy Growth, Tilray, Kronos. And what I want to explain to each and every one of you is that the financial market is driven off supply and demand, period. Okay, and it's only trading at what someone is willing to pay and buy for it. Valuation has nothing to do with what one wants to pay for something. If there is a demand for a particular financial instrument, then the price will go higher. If there's no demand, price will go lower. So what we see on price charts literally is just the equilibrium trying to be found between supply and demand 100% of the time. The valuation of ACB or Aurora Cannabis have nothing to do with that particular function, because no one really understands what valuation offers, because if that was the case, then everyone should understand what price Aurora Cannabis should be trading at to this day. But they would never be able to do that because it is not driven off valuation, it's driven off supply and demand. So I definitely wanted to point that out to each and every one of you who listens to this video. You got to understand supply and demand. That's the basic function of language analysis and price charting. ACB looks cheap only on a comparative basis. Also, high valuations could still influence ACB stock indirectly. So far, The stock has only traded above the $10 per share price for 2 weeks of its history. As the stock approaches this record high, investors could start to question the valuation. They should have been questioning the valuation way before the stock got to $10. If I were to buy ACB, I would also want to know that the $12.52 level of last October is not a double top, which is another indication that he's trying to say that it is a sell signal. Okay, so he's trying to pinpoint the question of valuation because it's trading around $10, and then he's trying to say if Aurora Cannabis hits that $12.52 price, that's a double top. A double top is just another TA acronym or term that insinuates weakness coming to the market. Okay, ACB has relied heavily on stock dilution to fund its expansion, with the company reporting losses and the stock traded at over 80 times earnings or sales. I can hardly blame the company for issuing stock to support its expansion. Amid the recent rally, investors should probably avoid ACB stock at its current levels. So that's another indication that you might want to sell. So you're trying to tell everyone by reading this article that they might want to avoid ACB stock at that price. Despite my view on ACB stock, Aurora continues to improve its market position. As a result of expansions, it may lead the industry in production by next year. And also, between massive revenue increases and the growth potential of the world cannabis market, one can understand why Aurora Cannabis stock trades at a premium. That's not the reason of why Aurora Cannabis trades at a premium. What is a premium? Again, supply and demand is the whole function of all equity markets. To achieve significant growth, traders need to know that the equity is not forming a double top. Again, another indication that the market could be giving us a sell signal according to this article. Moreover, stock dilution has funded much of the company's expansion. This has likely hampered growth in ABC stock, another indication that weakness should be on the horizon. Furthermore, it seems strange that Aurora Cannabis has not followed its peers into the U.S. hemp market. I expect the company to do it eventually, is what he's trying to go through, what he's trying to write. Still, the fact that it will lag its peers in such a large market should concern investors. So he's trying to say that stock dilution, trading around that $12 price level, double top, not coming over here to the United States section for cannabis. All those things he's trying to say that investors need to be concerned about this stock. Given the moves that lead its peers in capacity and foreign expansion, I expect Aurora Cannabis to remain one of the most important companies in the industry for a long time to come. However, at current levels, I see more reasons for ACB stock to move down than up. So now, all of that written should be seen on the price chart. So now we're going to go ahead and transition over to the price chart to see if we are in fact seeing weakness coming in the market for Aurora Cannabis. And we're going to go ahead and get started right now. Go ahead and start off with the weekly chart for Aurora Cannabis. And yes, the market in Aurora Cannabis has seen a increase in sell volume for this previous week. The market was able to hit that. What high did it make last week? $10.32. Okay, so with almost about as much volume as we've seen the week of March 11, 2019. So concern is coming into the market for Aurora Cannabis. Sellers are there. Definitely, this is a change in tone in the market that is being revealed in Aurora Cannabis. Looking here at Aurora Cannabis on the monthly chart, you can still tell here that stockpile is coming into the market. So that $10 price area has been the new resistance area in the market for Aurora Cannabis. Looking at Aurora Cannabis on the daily time frame, the market has broken that support area of $9.50 to the downside massively. So there's still some weakness in this particular stock. It is anticipated for it to continue to move to the downside. So looking at this article written by Will Healy, there is weakness being seen on this chart. Okay, So we're going to tell you that now. Let's see how low the market in Aurora Cannabis can go, just to try to find some support. $8.50. And matter of fact, this resistance area that we have drawn on our chart can still be a factor in Aurora Cannabis going forward. So we're going to leave that there. And now we need to see Aurora Cannabis bounce off of this line that is drawn on this chart, because that would definitely tell us whether or not strength is still being revealed in this particular space. So quite simple. Aurora Cannabis is reflecting some weakness coming to the market. We are anticipating this stock as well to continue to move to the downside. Looking at the article, looking at the price chart, yes, weakness is present. We are looking for Aurora Cannabis to move lower. $8.50 or even $8.25, $8 even, are all areas that we all need to be paying attention to going forward. That area, those areas can be actually seen as support to where Aurora Cannabis can continue its movement to the upside throughout 2019. But until that time, until we see some strength coming in at those price levels, anticipate Aurora Cannabis to continue to move to the downside. So very simple, very easy to understand. The market sentiment, the emotional aspect of this chart continues to tell us that yes, it is losing demand and that price will be moving to the downside. So that's our analysis. That's the article. This is the price chart. Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinion. We appreciate you all watching this video. Make sure you all maintain your profitability and go ahead and check out our website, HueFinancial.com. There you all will continue to get more of this news that we produce on a daily basis. I will see you all later.